MaJaMa Jams is brought to you by white people.
What happened to the Christmas tree?
We ate it.
The whole thing?
No, we took off the ornaments first, you idiots.
That was supposed to last us for the entire winter. What are we supposed to eat now?
Technically, trees are not food.
They're very difficult to digest. They offer practically zero nutritional value for the body.
And yet, listen, I can't live like this for another minute. We're all gonna die locked in this hellhole because of that stupid magic curse.
Unless
what?
Unless we use a more powerful magic to break us free from the curse.
Like wearing a funny top hat?
Like Christmas magic.
Yes, dude, that could work. Maybe if we all made the same Christmas wish together, Santa or Jesus or whoever would grant the wish and free us from the curse. Okay, let's give it a try. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I wish we were all dead.
What?
MaJaMa. MaJaMa.
Okay, great. You two can stay here while your dad and I have all the Christmas fun we can handle.
Seriously?
Yeah, you want to stay home? Stay home.
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone, to MaJaMa Jams, a show where we discuss other people's work to avoid doing our own. And guys, welcome back. We are still in it. We are halfway through, or I guess now more than halfway through, because we finished the third one. As you can see by the hat on top of my brother's head, we are still in our Christmas-themed December episodes. We are doing every shitty Home Alone sequel. And today we pose the biggest conundrum yet, because we've just watched Home Alone 5, The Holiday Heist.
So it's not War and Peace.
Another made-for-TV movie, which we knew it was made-for-TV movie because they didn't bother to edit out the fade to blacks. This is on Disney+. You'd think they could spend 1 cent of their Disney billions and just, I assume it's an easy editing trick to cut out 2 seconds of black every 30 minutes. So today is a conundrum because we have just gotten off of 4, which unleashed a massive, vehement anger in us because they tried to take our beloved characters and recast them. All of them. And then Home Alone 5 comes along, and it's confusing because it didn't get as much ire out of us, but it's equally as what is going on with this lazy nothing.
It's not a Home Alone movie.
I'm going to say no.
They should have called it the Holiday Heist, and that's it. They slap Home Alone because, we have a kid.
You see, Mateo
we could have been saying that for the past 3 films.
Yes,
well, no, Mateo brings up an interesting point that 3, like I said, as we go down the rabbit hole, 3 will look better and better. 3 now is definitively a Home Alone movie, comparatively.
Yes.
Definitively.
He's not Home Alone.
And then 4, in 4, we have the character, as much as it angered us, they're doing a recast of the characters. He's right that this is the least DNA we've had. It's basically just, like you said, it's another wacky thing. So starting off with our lead kid, we've kind of, Alex in 3, we said kind of did a...
What about crooks?
I don't think that's a problem during the day, honey.
If you're going to do Macaulay Culkin at home, we have a great Macaulay Culkin at home knockoff.
Why not? Nobody's home during the day. I'm only 8 and I figured that out. Don't you think a grown-up crook could figure it out too?
What is the Costco brand? Kirkland Signature Macaulay in 3 wasn't bad. And then in 4, as you say, he at least seemed to kind of have a face. He at least looked like, oh my gosh, big doe eyes.
No. I think you guys aren't remembering what happened to us.
The second one looks like if Amanda Bynes is playing a boy. She did a movie.
She's the Man.
She's the Man, yes. That's Amanda Bynes. But she has big eyes.
But Amanda Bynes now.
She got big eyes. So I think that this kid is the least, again, you start to realize in Home Alone 3, he's aping Macaulay's cadence and syntax and lines, but he actually does a pretty good job.
But Mom, what about dragons, giant spiders, mummies, the living dead, and other figments of my imagination?
Here, the kid's just like, oh, gee, Dad, I guess we're alone. Oh. The ghost obsession.
Is this house haunted? The basement level on Dragons and Warriors is a prison filled with ghosts.
You are too old to be afraid of ghosts.
Making more ghost traps. I was trying to catch the ghost. You'll both be singing a different tune tomorrow if an evil ghost smothers me in my sleep.
They decided to play that this kid. We start off with the tone that this kid.
Hold up. Plot.
All right. So they moved to a new house. Mom's got a new job. They moved to a new house.
From California to Maine.
California to Maine. Out here to Stephen King country.
At least it's not Chicago.
Kids are pissed. At least it's not Chicago. See, again, there's no DNA.
There was plenty of DNA all over Malcolm McDowell.
Yes.
Malcolm McLaren. Malcolm McDonald.
They move into a new house, which, of course, unbeknownst to them, contains a priceless painting.
They know at the end of the movie, though.
Probably is the ugliest priceless painting we've ever seen. I don't even know what it is. It looks terrible. But Malcolm McDowell, who, because 87 years ago he was Alex DeLarge in A Clockwork Orange, has such a high pedigree for that role alone that no matter how much time has passed, when I see him in something like this, I'm like, what are you doing in this? You were Alex in Clockwork. He could be on his hospital bed as a 110-year-old, crapping his pants and being spoon-fed applesauce. I'd be like, what are you doing? You were Alex. Just forever Alex in my head.
Yeah, but still you need money for...
You need medical care at a certain
I'm saying
point.
it's funny how no matter how much time has passed, my brain is that's so iconic to me. I act like that was yesterday. I'm like, what are you doing in this Home Alone 5?
Well, that never stopped me before.
You're Alex. So we pair him with Debbie Mazar, another MaJaMa Jams alumni from
Chutzpah.
There you go.
She
made an appearance in Chutzpah.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Hi,
oh my
good.
God, so I haven't seen you in so long.
No, it's great to see you. Hey, great shirt.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for
Yeah.
sending it to me.
Sure.
So she is a MaJaMa Jams alum. And then we have, I believe his name is the Crabman character from My Name Is Earl.
I'm already registered to vote.
What?
Not that it matters, because until we reform the Electoral College, the popular votes will be ignored and we'll keep electing presidents that only get a minority of the vote.
That must be some black stuff. I don't know what he's talking about.
The third gentleman who comes in. And that's our little, I don't know his name, I'm sorry.
Sounds like a wild goose chase to me. I'm out.
It's worth $85 million.
I'm in, is what I meant to say. I'm in.
Good.
That's our little robbery trio. And I'm really pressed here to try and say which is the worst Harry and Marv knock.
Story.
Plot.
So he wants to get his painting back, which apparently is owed to him. Malcolm McDowell, because it was in his family's...
No, because his grandma is in the portrait.
His grandma was banging the bootlegger.
Yes.
He painted a picture of her with a bunch of Auschwitz children.
Gigi was my great-grandmother, and if you must know, she is the widow. Edvard Munch was so enraptured by her doleful beauty that he painted her into a masterpiece.
And he hid it up in his safe in his house because he was a bootlegger, so he had a hidden room with a bunch of alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah.
This is stupid as hell.
Yes.
All right, so it belongs to Malcolm McDowell's family. He's like, we're going to go in and get it back. The Crabman guy is a new guy on the job.
He's not new. He's a safecracker.
He's new to their team.
Despite being black.
Oh, it's a cracker joke. I thought it was a joke about the stereotype that there's a proclivity to rob.
I would never. That's where your mind
I'm a little
went.
surprised.
You got a problem with society.
It was a joke about crackers.
And I don't care whether they're gingerbread men or chocolate coconut macaroons.
So they are starting to descend on the house just as the mom has to go to the Christmas party of her new boss, who is Ed Asner, who is giving Orson Welles in the alcohol commercial and Run From His Money.
102, take 3. Action, please.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence.
I've hired the best real bearded Santas in the country to serve our cocktails.
We were trying to figure out if they were like, Ed, could you be like the comic relief and be kind of like a slosh boss? Because every line is like, Oh, well, you're my new vice president. Well, someone get her a drink.
It sounds like Remy Land in The Sea Serpent.
Lieutenants of corvettes affirmed they'd seen it. And yet, nobody will accept it. They just won't accept it.
Well, do you believe us now?
Huh, what?
Or the Dana Carvey joke, judicial system. You can't say judicial without sounding drunk.
Have you noticed you can't say the word judicial without sounding drunk? Have you noticed that? Your Honor, I really believe that the judicial system... Have you been drinking? No, not at all. Just that the judicial system... Bailiff, take him out of here. I'm not drunk. It's the judicial system.
We're
4 hours behind schedule. We're 4 hours behind schedule.
All of these things, Ed Asner sounds like he was probably on set for a day. He was paid 1/10 of the movie's budget to be there. He delivers his lines like he's utterly tanked.
How long we expect the roads to be shut down? I have no idea.
Surprisingly, is billed as Edward Asner and not Ed Asner.
He doesn't want anyone to know.
He doesn't want to know. They were hoping it was
It's
someone
my
else.
twin brother, Ed and
Twin
Edward.
brother Mednerd.
Great! Yeah, that's great.
At said boss's holiday party, which the kids are left at home.
He mistakes the dad for his dead servant.
Yes.
And it's never really brought up again.
He's the spitting image of Albert, my butler, now deceased. Oh,
sorry.
The tie's the same, too.
No.
You even said,
They
how is
mentioned it at the end.
What?
I said, how is it going to play in? Because they're going to be a ghost joke.
And my servant, and he removes the tie and say, no, I'm not him, that's it.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, just ask my manservant over there.
Oh, no, I don't. No, sorry, I don't work here. No.
Well,
So
okay,
so
okay.
there is
Yeah.
no, but
I thought like he was gonna get a gift at the end, like
That was clearly a setup for a ghost joke. The whole movie is infected with ghost jokes.
Ghost of Dead Leg!
We now return to MaJaMa.
There's no secret door. See? Holy cow!
you're doing a horrible job in doing that.
He wanted me to do this. I never like to do this because you remember, you do this, man. You do it. No. You do it. I don't remember any of them.
Shut up. So the 3 robbers go into the house.
Matteo, why don't you do it?
While the kid and his obnoxious sister have been left there, and the sister gets locked into the safe because she pulls up the only bottle of wine
First
in
try.
a whole rack, first try, that closes the door.
Maybe you chose that bottle because it's going to be the one that's most conveniently paired up where you would reach for first?
No, it's because after her
Doubtful.
friend Janine's discovery of bisexuality sleepover, she was great at grabbing racks in the right place.
So much for doing these 2 segments.
That's very good, though.
What am I going to do, just cut out the DNA of the show? I'm not going to make rack jokes?
So they...
Use the word DNA a lot.
The 3 robbers enter the house, and the little kid who... Flynn.
We don't even know.
Something like that. Who is talking to an adult who is playing video games with him, tells him that he has the house under siege. So the other one suggests him a video game of some sort because he thinks that he's talking about the video game, and in reality. So in allegedly 5 minutes, he rigs the whole house with traps, he bakes cookies, he does everything. And the thieves enter the house. They are mildly inconvenienced by the traps. So they manage to enter the safe. The sister with the brother, they have a plan B that it was simply to lock them in case they enter. It's such a bizarre thing.
You keep shouting plan B, plan B. It's like, okay, lock the door.
Yes.
That was my plan B.
Kids, it's Plan B time!
Plan B. No, but Plan B is, in case the robbers come into the house, I yell Plan B, you pull the rope, and I run out before they close the...
And then the SWAT team is watching them and celebrating. They're watching the live feed of them doing it.
Because the SWAT team is sent to the house of the adult friend of the kid because they think that he has kidnapped them.
On your feet! On your feet! Where are the kids? Where are the kids?
So weird. This is my adult friend. You're what?
Yes. And then there is this mysterious neighbor girl who lives outside building things with snow.
It could be a boy.
Wait, no joke. That wasn't a girl, was it?
We don't know. The name's Mason.
Yeah,
it's very ambiguous.
There's a boy next door that you can play with.
And the movie ends with closing credits where they re-show some of the hilarious gags that
So
had
good you
happened.
want to see him again.
Yes.
But there's okay, the one with the snowblower, the dad falls down. That didn't happen.
No, that did.
So did it?
It did.
Well, then there's no deviation.
No.
All right, look, there's no point, Barry, to get out the plots of these.
Yeah, let's
Home
just
Alone
leave.
rehash. So let's just start tearing in a new one. So I don't know what is the worst Harry and Marv knockoffs, but when you have the pedigree of friggin' Debbie Mazar, Malcolm McDowell, and again, I'm sorry I don't know the guy's name. He's from My Name Is Earl, so they all have some comedy in their histories. Like, you can't write, a Dom store writer could write at least some funny interplay between them.
She got stuck in the window. They were trying to pull her out. She thought they were smacking her ass, and she kicked him in the nuts.
Stop squirming!
Stop smacking me!
And
Could you come up with that?
There is also one thing that I think, at least for me, Malcolm McDowell clearly is in his 70s, probably in this movie. It's never funny to see an old guy. In fact, it doesn't. Really,
let's not go that far.
It doesn't really have to him. The only thing that happens is that he gets eggnog shot in the face.
That was
just how he got the job.
And no, I'm sorry. He got kicked in the face by the woman who's stuck in the window.
He gets swung on the light strings.
Yeah, but it's never extreme because you say, "Oh my God, this is an elderly guy."
He gets pushed down the stairs.
No! No! No!
Dude, he's running through the hallway. And it's like, oh, a roll of wrapping paper fell from my face. Oh my God! It's Frank Drebin with the towel.
Yes.
Kevin, nice spot. Let go of that
Being thrown in his face, and then he backs up into some tape, and another roll of wrapping paper rolls down, and this is like, that's a deterrent? And then he's wrapped up at the top of the steps, and I'm about to call him Kevin. Whatever,
Okay, sure, call him Kevin.
Yeah.
He's about to push him down, and it's just like, dude, you would kill this man.
Yeah.
He's decrepit.
Son, please.
Kill me. It's murder.
Think of what you're doing.
That's the thing. It's never extreme with.
Well, none of the traps.
I will say we have. I'm going to go ahead and call it. You guys tell me if you agree. We have the worst Home Alone trap yet because.
You mean singular? What, you can pick out one? Or
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. The singular trap.
Okay.
The cookie trap. So at least there's a crumb of setup that the one our I'm just going to call him Crabman. The Crabman robber likes eating cookies. He comes in the first time, he eats a couple gingerbreads, so we set it up.
Gingerbread cookies. I like to eat the head first, then the arm, then the leg.
So then Finn knows that 2 cookies are missing, so he's like, okay, these robbers probably like to eat. So he goes through the time of doing we used to do this at Grandma's house when we were kids. He goes to the suicide cooking, puts like every random nasty ingredient in. He goes through all the time. He just makes a batch of these on the hope that they'll repeat that. Now, in fairness, it would have been completely unforgivable if it wasn't, oh my God, reach for the milk, which is glue. Okay, that's a fun trap. But literally, the amount of time it must take to make 6-year-old suicide cookies to hope that a robber will go, ugh.
Ooh.
And
that's the trap.
Yeah, and doing all the other stuff in the meantime.
You should have done 3 ninjas and put laxatives in it. Something like that, clever, where it's like, okay, you hide something in the cookie that's going to mess with your stomach.
Well, the other thing is that...
Or just like only crushed red peppers, jalapenos.
Yeah, or bleach or something.
Yeah.
I know that it's Home Alone 5. You don't exactly...
You're just throwing a bottle of bleach in Debbie Mazar's face. And her eyes just get burned out of her skull, and she's just screaming and writhing on the floor.
Just goes full Terrifier.
Yeah, for
Salt in
real.
her face. So I know you don't exactly need stellar reality in Home Alone 5, especially when the crooks are supposed to be bumbling. But Debbie Mazar is stuck in a window, and two grown men.
It's like a setup for a porn.
Like two grown men go up and try to pull, as opposed to up the sill. Up, there you go.
One of them.
Or one of them.
Yeah.
And again,
Stop kicking!
How dare you! God! Oh!
At a certain point, you're like, are we the assholes for commenting on stuffing in Home Alone 5? But it's like, dude, lift the window. What are we doing? And it's, again, it's like the friggin' the Hercules in the plane. It should have been like, what? There's a guy outside. Cut, as opposed to becomes a...
Tell me what's wrong.
I just saw a man.
Yes, my dear, that's not unusual. There are men on this airplane.
No, outside.
It's like, oh, try to push her out. Try to pull
Yeah,
her. Oh, get this.
yeah.
Throw the thing so she thinks you slapped her ass. Throw the thing she thinks you slapped her ass. Kick her again. They fall down. They come up. Stop slapping me. We're still going when you could just lift the sill. You're saying you don't think that this is the most pathetic traps overall? Because I'm forgetting how sparse 4 was.
4 was so...
It's scrambling my brain because the flood scene, objectively, is at least some nice production
Well, like
values.
we said, there's no condensed trap sequence.
In 4.
I mean, technically there is a...
And they're never alone.
There's a finale.
Yeah.
But there's no really condensed trap. It's kind of spread out throughout the film, and there's like 3 at the very end, which are just pathetic, like the pot swinging.
Over here!
And again, it's not like a trap. It's like, I'm going to hit you in the face with a pot.
Yeah.
Or the brilliance of...
Yeah, even when he's in the garage and they're the little balls that are being shot at him, he seems, I mean, apparently from the outside they are always making a dent into the garage door, so they must be pretty heavy. But the shot from the inside of him being... It doesn't seem that he is in pain because clearly they are CGI.
I was going to say it's very CGI.
Yeah, and
but
then he falls down, and the only thing that is...
We now return to MaJaMa.
What are you doing? No, don't pull. Push! You want to go inside the house! You idiot.
I know that these are of a certain ilk, but... And they're miles away from the first ones, but I, as everyone else did, fell in love with the trap segment because it's painfully hilarious. It's just pure Looney Tunes slapstick, and I'm like...
practical.
Yeah.
Mostly. Again, an 8-year-old doing all that, but
No, I meant in terms of no CGI.
Right, and here's the thing. Can we laugh? Like, we could be like, these movies are terrible, but then the traps come on and the traps do what they... And we're cackling because we love crotch shots and slipping and falling.
The idea of a horror movie being bad, but you at least get cool kills.
Exactly. Perfect analogy. The slasher might be terrible, but you get amazing kills. Let's say you hate Terrifier, but you get operatic kills. Can we at least laugh during some of the... Again, 3... Okay, it wasn't bad. I didn't really...
We're giving it more credit because of what we've seen after it.
I said that on the first episode. It's going to look better and better. What? Alice? Shh. Alice? You would say that 4 was the worst just because it's so sparse. There's nothing actually set
It's
up.
mostly offensive because they're taking the characters and just...
But as far as specifically, I'm talking about the trap montage. As far as the worst of them,
yeah.
You say 4 is it? Because this is what I'm saying. Like you said, the slasher is a perfect example.
I mean, I didn't
we
laugh
should
at
be able
any
to
trap
laugh.
in this or 4.
In 3, the up and down with our guy Lenny from Electric Dreams. Again, I'm just saying because I actually I guffaw.
Yeah. I remember
Just
that.
give credit to credit's due. I'm like, we should at least be able to laugh on a base level.
I think the only laugh is when Malcolm McDowell bangs his shit into the snowplow.
Similar of Tim Curry in the hotel in Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Walk in, Frankie.
again, this is what I'm saying. People like us, we should have some base level laughs. Oh, here comes the traps. At least we can goofball, guffaw.
So because of that accident, he goes to a hardware store and gets a work boot wrapped up with bungee cords and a
No.
barbecue.
A snow boot, which is just rubber.
I wonder if they sell them individually. All right. Just have to stabilize the ankles.
Yes.
It's just rubber.
He says something like, I got to get something to brace my foot. I got to get something to something.
Which they're only doing because of the old dead leg one.
Yeah, but it's not even like, it's done for like 2 seconds, and then the kid's like, oh, wait, it's not the ghost of dead foot. It's that old man.
Dead leg?
Dude, we set up in the beginning that there's a one-legged guy and that Finn is paranoid about ghosts, and they hammer the word ghost incessantly.
One of the traps is about ghosts.
Yes! And like Matthew said, he's like, oh, you figured out how to make lights come on. Oh, no, pillows on strings. Again, I understand you're in a kid's movie. You're going to have different ways you act, but he's literally like, pillows on strings, lights turning on and off. And again, wouldn't that have been the perfect use for the smart house? To have
yeah.
But so they
use the smart house setup as like, oh wait, this is just a regular house. Why are things happening when the burglars come in?
They set up that Finn is a paranoid kid in the beginning, and that he's afraid of ghosts and other stuff.
I don't care what you've learned from your video game. There's no such thing as ghosts, especially at Christmas time.
And then we idiotically get the robbers being afraid of ghosts.
See, the house is haunted. The ghost knows we're coming.
Oh, really? Did the ghost use that bucket too?
I know they're trying to play off the classic Malcolm McDowell's.
Everyone's afraid of ghosts.
And it's just the ghost. Is that a ghost? I'm not going with the ghost. I got you a coffee. I'm still not going because of the ghost. But there's
it's like a bad Scooby-Doo episode trying to scare them off because they're trying to steal a Price's Paint
that's hidden on. It's a bad Scooby-Doo episode. That's exactly what it is.
And the thing that is, I'm perplexed is that, like for instance, Robert Zemeckis recently redid Pinocchio with Tom Hanks for Disney Plus, which is objectively atrocious. But
you didn't know that?
The one with Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
No, that was way 2 years ago or something like that. It was a horrible Pinocchio. But at least it had elements that a kid could like. They would see this puppet marionette going around.
I don't like marionettes.
It was cute and stuff. Kids, I say. This one, I don't know if a kid, because the robbers are not bumbling enough. At least Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern.
They're so funny.
Where they could be, as you said, they
especially Joe can be actually menacing.
They can be, and they are.
I got no problem killing a kid.
In a couple of moments, you see that they comes out that, but they are playing it in a way that a kid also
Yes, but you also have an Abbott and Costello dynamic between the two of them.
Yes.
We have a pre-established relationship. You only have two of them, so you have their
that should
characters
be easy.
set. I know these people, I know these guys, I have an idea of what their relationship was prior to this film.
This one should have been probably. First of all, it's always, again, here they have an old guy and a woman, and it's always bad to have things, huge traps happen to them.
That's ageist and sexist.
That's, yes.
And post-2020, it's also awkward to see traps happening to a black guy.
Yes, but it should have been something like this. It should have been. Malcolm McDowell should have been in the limousine.
Yeah, I thought
the two of them, and then eventually all the traps happen to them, and they say, "No, I'll take care of that," and then it would happen to him.
Also, I know that he's done a lot of, like I said, he's done a lot of pedigree. He's also done a lot of stuff for the money. But like, can't you utilize Malcolm McDowell better?
Yes.
And again,
mostly that.
Forgive me, I don't know the gentleman's name, but I know he's a main cast member on My Name Is Earl. You can't like.
I'm not walking into a haunted house in the middle of the night. I'm not crazy.
You can't get the most dollar store hired guns to write some decently, like, okay, if nothing else, we get a little pitter-patter back and forth with this. You got Malcolm McDowell. Play him as genuinely frightening.
Man, if the writer had a good script, it could have been torn apart 20 times over.
This one, it looks like a movie that they shot it in 10 days.
That too.
Oh, shut up! Both of you!
And also, which is the thing that is surprising, at least to me, the director did his first movie was Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
No way. Yes way.
What?
Exactly. It's not. It's complex. It's a vision. It's a visuals.
Holy crap!
It's stuff. And then he did Garfield the movie. Yeah. But
Which
still,
one?
The first one, the one with Bill Murray's dubbing Garfield.
I believe this plane of existence has many mysteries.
Well, you know, I think that the thing...
So you think you should know a few things on how to stage something.
Also, I think you guys back me up. I think 6, the parents do actually go away, but in 3, 4, and 5, I think one of the biggest things is you don't have... The parents are irreversibly separate. There's a way, like, the Paris thing is brilliant. We got to Paris already. We can't just get back. That's going to be at least a couple days.
At least here they have the...
They should have the roads cleared in 3 days. 4 tops.
Snowed in. It's not terrible, but again, it's just for a night.
Yes.
There's more of a
but
sense
what
of...
what is more unforgivable, as you mentioned, and both of you mentioned, he is alone in the house because the sister is trapped. He knows that there are 3 guys. He calls his game buddy and not the police.
Yeah. And why is
usually there's a reason to at least set up a reason to not call.
Look at 4.
Here.
Look at 4.
I do have a cell phone, though.
Perfect, man.
Sure.
Hello, Buzz?
The cell phone. I mean, once again, this is a problem with any modern day filmmaking that now that cell phones exist, but why would the gamer dude not call the police first when, like, you know, I know for a fact that there are people trying to break into this kid's house.
Especially if you can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, the
obviously
gamer at least does. By the way, the gamer is played by our friend Justin Bryant. Holy crap. He looks just like our friend Justin Bryant.
He calls the parents. He doesn't call the police.
Okay, fair.
The SWAT team arrives at his house.
Because the mom calls the police.
Hello?
Mrs. Baxter, I'm calling about your son.
Who is this?
You don't know me, but I just want you to know that your son is okay.
And again, okay, they play it a little, but hey, I'm your son's
the only
friend.
scene
We
that
met
is-
online. What?
Who is this, and how did you get this number?
I hacked Finn's gamertag and I got your info from the credit card statement. I'm worried something bad is gonna happen to him.
I'll give them points for having the mom appropriately freak out, but I'm like, that should be an easy. And maybe
they
again,
do make the joke
kiddie,
of
so you don't want to have it be explicit. But like,
they do make the joke of, oh, that sounded bad. Sorry.
yes, but it could be funny.
No, I know.
My name is Simon Hassler, and your daughter is locked in the basement.
You kidnapped my kids!
What?
Yeah.
It could be fun. Like, am I just being idealistic that Home Alone 5 could still be funny despite being for TV fluff?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing here. And this is where I think of us. Like, you mean to tell me we couldn't stay within what they want, but also give an actual little bit. Look, Abbott and Costello, as per your comparison to the first one, is G-rated. Especially nowadays, you don't need to do anything explicit to have actual funny back and forth. Can we get some
when you're
crooks
dealing
that
with
are
physical
funny in their
humor, too.
interaction?
You're dealing with sight gags.
Yeah.
And you still can't pull them off.
Just let me explain for a second.
I will ruin you!
That did not go as planned.
You
I
know
mean, those
what?
are hard to do, but
It should not be this devoid. I know it sounds kind of funny, like I said. We're the assholes for going in the made-for-TV Home Alone 5, but it should not be this devoid.
we're the
There should
assholes.
be-
They made the thing.
There should be some actual laughs. Come on. Slapstick,
biggest-
banter back and forth.
The biggest laugh is in the closing credits, co-starring, and they're the 3 movers, which are probably for not even a minute in the movie.
We don't have lines,
And
so we
they're
can't pay you.
billed as co-star.
Downstairs, the lights exploding! Let's see what's wrong with the scare message!
We are trying to unpack.
They were real movers?
I guess here, so I'm
Yeah, the one when the kid
Yeah.
opens the door and that knocks them down. That's, I guess, is their big break.
I think the biggest problem here is that we just have the weakest Kevin fill-in yet. And so I'm curious, do you guys...
Who, I think, interestingly,
oh my God,
grew up to become this.
Wow.
Wait,
wow,
can we
wow,
look
wow.
at can we look at the kid from 4? How he looks now?
Oh, you don't want to see that.
Is Amanda Bynes.
No, but do you guys, what do you, I know it's tough, what are you leaning right now?
I
4 or
hated
5
I hated
worse?
4. I hated 4.
4 has the blasphemy of
visceral-
calling them the character. He's right. I was actually angry with 4. I was like, what is this? This is just
and the
kind of
kid's
mediocre.
just face and grill is so
This one
fucked
is not a Home Alone movie.
We're home alone.
It's just something that they slapped the name. I think that it was born as the Holiday Heist, and then they say, hey, let's put Home Alone, so it's gonna draw audience, because there is absolutely no elements except for Christmas and the kid who is vaguely alone in the house.
We now return to MaJaMa.
I can use my environment.
Great. Yeah, that's how these games usually work. You need to think outside the box and find other resources.
Yeah, I can do that.
The biggest misstep is that in Home Alone, by the time we get to the traps, we've spent so much time with Kevin being actually home alone, thinking his family is gone forever and how that affects a boy's mind. So there's this giant setup of to the point where Kevin is like, this is my house, I have to defend it. You understand this is an 8-year-old boy that for the past, week, couple days, has been convinced I'm actually alone in this world. That's also an easy fact to forget about Home Alone, even after years. Kevin doesn't think he's home alone. He thinks he magically wished his family away. It took me like 20 years to internalize that. So you get a nice pacing where you're like, oh, he's developed his own ecosystem, he's doing laundry, and now the house is under attack. But here it's like, yeah, you know, mom was gone for an afternoon, we don't get any time to know this kid, and now let me defend my house. There's no, again, I know it's Home Alone 5, but like, give us a little bit of like getting to know this kid. Points for at least setting up that he does a trap to the dad. When he says I'm good at traps, it's not like
that's a pretty elaborate trap with like a taser, not just a taser that would shock you, but like a police taser that fires coils.
And a taser that doesn't come into play.
Yes. Yes.
They set up that he has a taser and he doesn't use it.
Yeah,
I'm still shocked that Ed Asner says, you look like my dead assistant.
He's the spitting image of Albert, my butler, now deceased.
In a movie
I'm surprised that Ed Asner got that one line out.
Dude,
this dude is blitz from the start to the end, grumbling through his lines. Like, what?
That's
what
weird.
was
I don't
that?
know if he was actually sauced on set, but in a movie that's obsessed with ghosts, literally every line, ghost, ghost. You said, you look like my dead manservant, and that doesn't become a gag. What are we doing?
Like, I thought like some of the presents at the end were from him, or no? Am I just?
And why is he talking like that? Oh, you real bull! You have to leave. Okay, well.
And you have kids too. 7 of them.
2.
Oh, it's probably for the best.
There's some park rangers that owe me a favor after I got sauced.
They film it in slow motion. Just like...
Dude, what is he supposed to be the drunk boss for the character?
He's supposed to be zany, maybe he's supposed to, I guess, but
probably, I don't know. I think that again, they had it for a couple of hours and they bang out the scenes. When he has a microphone that he doesn't use,
he thought he was going to a holiday party.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Malcolm and Ed Asner and Debbie Mazar is more star power than I ever would think it would be in Home Alone 5. And that's why I'm like, I understand that Malcolm's done a lot of for the money stuff. It's not like you're getting a dude that's only A-list, but you can't utilize Malcolm McDowell better?
Why don't you just shut up?
Imagine a genuine Hannibal Lecter-esque aristocratic, doesn't break the steeliness.
Joe
like you
Pesci
said,
once again.
The guy ordering from the limo, the dark tint comes down.
Exactly.
He's like, yes, go to there. Genuine. You played Alex. You can, if you give a 1/10 of the menace of Alex, you could be a little creepy for this. You're just wasted. Like, and even the classic, the scolding to the 2 idiots that are on your team, they're not funny.
No, yeah.
Malcolm McDowell should be able to kill
at least
minds of
have
you
that,
blithering idiots.
That put upon boss that's dealing with these idiots, but you don't have that from him.
Look, this is important. There can be no mistakes. Right.
And
nothing translates. It's limp.
They trap the kid in their car with the
window rolled down.
With the window rolled down, he could
and the woman's not being violent and trying to keep him in. He could just open the door.
The woman is on the phone, and then when she starts to become the target of snowballs from the mysterious neighbor, she doesn't even move.
And here's just staying directly in the line of fire.
You don't matter. You don't care how dumb these jokes are because still to this day, when the Home Alone pizza guy comes on talking to the movie, Dad will still come into the room if he's not really watching because it's hilarious.
I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead. 1, 2, 10.
It could, in theory, be funny. The dude she's been desperate to talk to calls, the snowballs come, and it's just played with a Claude's comedy hand. What? You monster? No, not you. You idiot? No, not you.
Steve, no. Oh, beat it. Wait, no, not you. No, you little monster, get out of here.
That could be funny. Hey, let me tell you something. I desperately would. You little jerk. Oh, no, not you. You know, like, can we get something?
And then she has probably a cracked skull because the last...
Yeah, what is it?
Yes!
And then the patting the snowman.
Is it?
Yeah, and then
Patting the snowman.
Is it ice? It's like a.
It looks like a block of ice.
Thud's hard, knocks her unconscious to the point where he has the time to build her up into a giant snowman.
Not only that, but the little girl supposedly is
Lifts
able to lift
her
her up, trapped in the snow.
I believed him that Mason was going to be a ghost. That's the type of movie this was that I actually thought he was right. I'm not even kidding. I was like, is that what they're going to do?
Yes. It's like, what is it? It's Christmas with the Cranks, that it ends with the old bum who actually is Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And he flies on the Volkswagen Beetle and something. I was expecting an ending like that.
Yeah. And also, that's a good point. There's no magic. Like a couple episodes back, I talked about how beautiful, especially in comparison to this, the church scene becomes. The church scene is amazing. Can you give us a little magic? Santa is real. There was a ghost of the spirit. Can you give us a little banter that's funny?
The
a
only
slapstick
thing
gag?
that they try to do is...
Well, we want to buy you a plane ticket home.
So you can have Christmas with your family.
Really?
They get a reward
that's a little arc. Okay,
for the painting and this, which is also ridiculous because an $85 million
$85
painting.
million. Plus, who says you?
Million, I think.
No, 85.
It is valued at $85 million.
And
who says you got to give it away?
Yeah.
It's our property. We own it.
Yeah, and they give you $30,000.
I mean, to give breadcrumbs of credit, I thought they were going to play just the museum tickets, and that was going to be really stupid. So at least the $30K, but...
As a finder's fee, they generously gave us this.
Oh. 4 free member passes to the museum.
So I will say, I think Matthew's right. The deciding factor is how genuinely angry we were as fans after 4 and the blasphemy of doing it. This one, pretty friggin' bad, but I feel like it was more just digestible.
No. Yeah.
It's like kind of what you want from an ABC. But you brought it up with Christmas Every Day. Put it on in the background. It's pleasant. It's a Christmas sugar cookie.
Don't watch it. Keep the TV off.
No joke.
Be in a different room.
Great! That's great.
So it's going to be tough, but let's try to express our feelings on Home Alone 5 by throwing these pieces of paper.
I'll go first.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right. He's got it already.
Oh, we're supposed to be just throwing white pieces of paper for snowballs.
Yeah.
It's 4. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not.
It's 4.
I'm going to go with 4. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not.
Yeah.
You crazy? Can't you see that man is a knee? You know what, Matthew? I was actually thinking that, and seeing you do it, I'm going to go congruent 1, 2, 3, and 4. It doesn't deserve the worst rating, but it just kind of is. It's digestible enough, but completely terrible. Nothing translates. I'm not giving it the worst.
I am the same with 4.
Congruent.
The thing that you always say, which I always like, the biggest cardinal sin of a movie is being boring.
Mm-hmm.
The second cardinal sin of a movie is being forgettable.
Yeah.
This one, by the time,
yeah.
by the time we have dinner, it's just I had no idea what's going on. So 4.
Case in point, we almost forgot the kid's name. We almost could not remember his spin.
Exactly.
MaJaMa.
So guys, toss up Home Alone 5, not offensive, but completely mediocre. I don't know, we're coming around the bend, and next week we have Home Sweet Home Alone with the little boy that played Archie and Jojo Rabbit, which was awesome, so I actually thought that was going to be good casting, but it wasn't. Slicker value is coming up on this one because it's Disney Plus production, but we're still barreling towards the end where we're going to give you guys our vote for which is the worst. But guys, thanks for being here with us on the couch with Tomas and Chumley and my Italian buddy and Matthew and my Santa hat that he stole, but he did let me wear the sweater. And we're chilling out here on the paper. We hope you come back next week for all 4 shitty Home Alones. The conclusion, Home Sweet Home Alone, Disney Plus crap. Come back here next week and then we're going to vote on which one is the worst Home Alone sequel. We love you, and this was a Home Alone themed jam. Santa hat.
Santa hat.
Santa hat.
MaJaMa.